this juicy information. So get your tablets out, write in your phone, do something, because you're going to get some information that you're going to get to use to take back for your businesses and for yourself, and you're going to make some connections, okay? First upcoming, we have Miss Sharon Johnson, she's a food journalist, executive chef, and owner of Sharon Cooks LLC. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, ladies, hello. I want everybody to say one time for me, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. All right. So I really want to start with how I got started. You know, I'm from a small town, Jefferson, South Carolina. It is, but that's and you know, the thing about being from a small town, you guys hear me? The mic is kind of going in and out. Okay. The one thing about being from a small town is that we don't have a lot of information available to us. So a lot of the information we have to find out from either research or from other people as far as friends, especially when you move out of town. So a lot of my information came from pure research, like pure research. So I moved from Esto when I was 18, and I went straight to Spartanburg. I went to USC Upstate, and I stayed in the dorm for like a month. And then I had a roommate that told me, she said, "Why your hair look like that?" And I wasn't really sure what she was talking about, even though Spartanburg is only 4 hours away, but the culture is so different. I mean, if you go from Esther to Allendale, or Allendale to Brunching, you know, the culture sometimes can be a little different. So I was thrown back by what she meant by that. So I said, "What you mean my hair looked different?" So, you know, we had one of those Esther styles, you know what I'm talking about, with the updo, and you got to pump it up, slick down the middle. Y'all remember them hairstyles, don't act like that. So, you know, I wasn't, so I actually quit. I quit college. I couldn't go back anymore because I felt a little insecure about myself. I didn't exactly know how to take that information that was given to me. So I kind of found my way back to school, and I graduated when I was 29 years old with a bachelor's degree in mass media communications. And when I tell you I put in work, I'm putting work. And my first job was as a writer, a lifestyle writer for Spartanburg Everyday magazine. And I did a piece on the Beacon. If everybody ever been to Spartanburg before, you've heard about the Beacon? Yeah. So I did a piece on the Beacon, and the guy, he died. But they didn't want me to focus on him. They wanted me to focus on the new owners, which is right. So that didn't fit, you know, well with my spirit. So nevertheless, I started doing my own thing. And how the cooking came along was, when you are an adult student, you know that it is hard. You know, it's hard to keep up with your studies. You have to work full time. So meals have to be kind of cheap, easy, and creative. So I started cooking, and I started sharing my recipes and things online, and it kind of hit. And a lot of people could relate to me because the meals were simple, they were doable, and a lot of people kind of took to my philosophy as far as getting it done and getting it done correctly. So from there, I started She Cooks, and I started sharing my recipes online. And I did that for a while. In 2017, I got thrown back by life, and I stopped. I didn't have any motivation to do it because I felt like I wasn't good enough. So when I got to the point where I literally had to reteach myself to love myself every day, You know, I was one of those people who had to look in the mirror and say, hey, Sherelle, you are good enough. You know, you are good enough to do this. So I had to be not only strong physically, but spiritually, mentally, and that takes work. So in 2019, I decided to start my own business. And in between that, I did write 2 cookbooks. Sherelle Cooks, it's on Amazon, harmless plug. And I shared those stories with that, some of the stories that I just shared with you guys. So in 2019, I started my catering business, and I started catering small events, private dinners. I started writing for food publications. I kind of found my passion. I would say this. When I fell back in love with myself, that's when I found my purpose. If you know what I mean. You have to love yourself first. Your personal life does affect your business, regardless of what anybody says. Your personal life has to be on point for your business to be on point. You hear what I say? So after I stepped back and started realizing what my why was, my business started flourishing. And from there, 2019 to now, when I finally took my business offline, I'm ending in a minute. When I took my business offline, I thought that I wouldn't get much business because I was new. I was just starting out. You know, a lot of people don't know me. A lot of people look at you and think that you're still that same girl from Esther. I don't know why, but you know. And all of a sudden it took off. It took off like a rocket and I couldn't keep up with it. So now, as of today, of 2021, November, I am fully booked. I am fully booked for the rest of the year. So my point is never give up on yourself. Never give up on your dream, regardless of what anybody tell you, regardless of any circumstance or situation. And one of my favorite quotes is, I'm going to end right here, is that I'm a woman first, because being a woman makes me everything else that I am.
Let me tell y'all something. This sister here coming up to give y'all and spit some stuff to y'all today. Let me tell you, take it all in. Pat, spiritually. Just from head to toe, she's when I heard her name, Lit Innovation, it fits her inside and out. She's lit from the head to the soles of her feet. When I tell you she's packed with power, and look how she got every one of y'all in this room today. You can't expect the unexpected. Yes. But she opened her mouth, listen. This is my spiritual sister. This is who pours into me even when she doesn't know things be going on. But when she sends me stuff, I'll be like, God, you do stuff. He will. So let her give you something that you need today, okay? Alicia Pryor, come on up, sweetie.
Everybody out here, we're going to say a quick prayer. I want to thank everyone for coming. This is my first event. I'm not a speaker at all. I'm the friend behind the scenes, always being there for other people, doing things for other people. And God has been using me to tell my story, to try to get people together. I handpicked the people on the flyer. They're all my friends of friends. People that you have seen walking around, they're probably family, people that just came here that I don't have to ask. They just come in and say, hey, what do I need to do? I'll just go sit down. They had to run me home, as y'all saw. They had to run me home to go put clothes on. I tried to, let me tell y'all, the devil is there. As you walk and see, it took me a while to get back here because he even tried to stop me once I got home because I didn't want to come back. I got so aggravated and I got so frustrated because, you know, my mom always said, well, listen, you can't plan stuff because every time you plan, it's not going to go like how you thought it was going to go. So I had to go home and I had to pray and I had to get myself together. So when y'all was calling me, I wasn't going to share y'all calls because I didn't want to talk. But this has been on my heart for a long time. Like I said, I have notebooks, and anybody know me, I journal, I write stuff down, and this is things that I have been wanting to do for a very, very long time. I'm going to piggyback off what Sharon said, because sometimes we don't feel like we're good enough. You can see us walking around, you can see us on social media, we might feel like we have it all together, but we could be crying inside, or we can be depressed, or we can just be going through things and wish somebody was, instead of looking at me, I can speak for myself. A lot of people look at me and say, oh, she don't need no help, she don't need nothing, she look like she got it all together. And inside, I'm just waiting for somebody to say, are you okay? You know, do you need something? What can I help you with? So with doing this event, it has brought a lot of things to light. Like I said, I'm not a speaker, and I'm kind of a little nervous all over the place, and you guys have to bear with me. But with that being said, he tried to steal my joy today, yesterday, the day before that. All this week, it started on Sunday, and he didn't stop. I would call my mom, I would call these girls, and I'm like, y'all, maybe fell around, froze my back on. Now I'm getting here, something like that, and it's like it was always something. And my mom said, well, Lisha, just don't worry about it. Whatever it is, you know, God will work it out. And I kept asking me all week. I said, well, you know what? The show has to go on regardless of who doesn't come, or who say they're going to do what, or who's not going to participate, or however the case may be. Thank you all for coming. I want everybody to have a good time. We have food, we have drinks, we have PD over there on the ones and twos. He's going to get us turned up in here. Y'all going to see why they call me lit after a while, because I'm going to be in here turned up. Just like Sharon was saying, delay is not denial. The delay is not denial, because I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I have two children. They're now 18 and 17, but it didn't start off like that. I had my kids early. I had them 5 months pregnant when I graduated high school with my oldest son. It turned around the next year. I had another son. I thought I had it all figured out, of course. I had, kids, dad, and all this stuff. But then, like Sharon said, life happens. I am a nurse now, LPN. It took me 15 years to become an LPN. I've been trying to go to school. I've been trying to do these things. But life deters you from what you set out to do. And you start off with people, and you start off with things and situations, and when life happens, it just goes another total way, and here goes depression. I've been dealing with depression since I was 17. Nobody knew. I didn't feel like I could tell anybody, because how can you heal in the same situations and circumstances and environment that hurt you? And I used to feel like unconditional tolerance meant unconditional love, but that is not right. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's your job, whatever it is, you are enough. For years, I would look in the mirror and I would be so upset and didn't even recognize who I was looking at. But I just felt like I just had to dress up, because I had to go and do what I had to do. I had to go be a mom, I had to go do this, I had to go do that. Throughout the years, it's 2021, I'm 36, and I'm just learning how to put myself first. To love myself. To not care about how anyone else feels, or how anyone else thinks it should be, because this is Lisha's world. And everybody that I pick, everybody that I talk to, they have been behind me 100%. They're just like me. Like Sherelle said, nobody would think that, oh, this is Sherelle Cook. She's the author. She's the chef. She's the food journalist now. No, they want to look and say, oh, that's Sherelle from Esther. I ain't called Sherelle from Esther. And there's so much hidden talent. There's so much that we can learn from each other if we stop skinning up our nose and looking at people and feeling some type of way because somebody else feels some type of way, or because something that happened 10 years ago. It's just too much of that, and it's time out. It's time out for that. A lot of people know that I lost somebody that was very, very close to me 2 years ago, and it changed my life. I went back to nursing school. God tried to tear me away from that. A lot of people don't know, but I had to sit out. I didn't graduate when I was supposed to. because I was dealing with a broken relationship. I lost everything, had 92 cents in my account for 3 years. Nobody knew. It's a lot of things that we go through, and we feel like we can't tell somebody because somebody will tell somebody, and somebody will tell somebody, and so on and so forth. And I have been a victim of that myself. I can't get up here and say anything or talk about anything or relate to anything that I have not personally experienced myself. I can't try to, I'm the friend, the non-judgmental friend, until you push me the wrong way. Then I'm just going to have to back up. And that's something that I'm learning too, because I'm still learning how to control my emotions. Because a lot of times I feel like, well, why is that happening to me? Why are they doing me like that? Why are they, and it's just not why, because like Sharon said, when you know the who, everything else don't matter. And all week, the devil tried to stop me from standing right here. From having to reorganize everything, reaching out to people that were not responding. Like anybody that have events and plan stuff, try to get people together, I salute you guys because it has me stressed out. It really does. But today, if you don't take away anything, I want you guys to know that you are enough. Because it's been times when I thought that I wasn't. And I knew I was. It was always that in the back of my head. You got this. You got this. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. And like Sharon said, a lot of times we're not aware of what other people are not caring about other people because we're so burdened down and we carrying stuff that we're not supposed to because it's not ours to begin with. And I had to learn that God will whip you until you get it right. It'll come back around, but it'll be in another circumstance. It might be another face, but once you go through it, you will realize that, gosh, I'm in the same situation again. It just has another face, For real, y'all, we gotta do better about our Father's business. We really do. Because it's sad. I have 2 sons of my own. And I fret for them. They're older. I can't control what they do or where they go, but I'm scared. They don't answer their phone because they know they say my mama crazy. It's not about being crazy because I used to say the same thing about my mama. Yeah, me too. I used to be like, gosh, my mama crazy. She don't want me to go nowhere. She's so mean. She don't want me to do this. She don't want me to do that. But unlike me, I started doing what I wanted to do regardless. Thank God for favor because He still has me right here. I still ended up where I'm supposed to be. But let's start to take heed of things in a timely manner and accordingly like we're supposed to. Because everybody are not fortunate like us to have second chances, and third chances, and fourth chances, and fifth chances. Because I can sit up here and I can go all day long about my business. I wanted to do this women full of panels, full of people that I may have stories just like mine. Like I said, it took me 15 years to accomplish being a nurse, but on the way, I did a whole lot of other things for people, for places. Y'all, we just passing through. We just passing through. And at the end of the day, if you're not here to service, to do your due diligence, then why are we here? I want this to be the first time that we all get together in fellowship and talk about all the good things and how God brought us over and saw us through for the next time. Life is short. There's so much happening. You don't even have to turn on the TV. I hear gunshots almost every other night at my own house. It's home now. It's not, you can turn on TV and say, Grace, she said, this is going on such and such place. No, it said it's knocking at your door now. And you can't expect change if you don't want to be the change. We are all here to make that sacrifice to do what it is that we're supposed to be doing. So let's get our house in order. We can't sit here and talk about nobody else and point fingers at nobody if our house is not in order first. And no, we're not all perfect, but we cannot lead to excuses. Because I get caught up in that sometimes too. We just have to be about our business. Sherelle mentioned how she kind of got lost and she had to start looking in the mirror and telling herself, I am enough. And I know I keep saying that, but it speaks to me because, like I said, I've been lost for a long time and I just been making it look good until I realized Miss Ladidra's going to come up and talk. She's a counselor. Y'all get connected with people. Stop worrying about what somebody going to say or, oh, I don't know her, or, oh, my business, or this, that, and third. If you need help, you need help. And I wish I would have had people to tell me the right thing and try to push me further in a corner, making me feel like I couldn't come out and say what it is that I wanted to say or tell somebody. My mom is the only person that ever knew how I really felt. And thank God that has been my only prayer, that my mom has been here as long as she has to see me accomplish the things that she know that I could. You know?
Deidre, you want to go for that?
I want everybody to have a good time. And if you're going to put the devil on our feet, I want this woman empowerment. I want this to be a thing. Y'all, I'm trying to do this every month. I'm trying to have a gathering every month. We got to support each other. We can't expect for people to come out and support us if we're not supportive of the people as well.
Man.
It's a lot of people in this room with connections. Okay? I'm talking about serious connections that can do things. Or if they can't do it, they'll point you in the right direction. I'm trying to form a sisterhood. I've been a part of the world. I've been a part of talking about people. I've done it all. We are all grown in this room. It's time for us to get together, and that's what this is all about. I don't want anybody to, y'all know, everybody in here know that don't be person know I don't sleep. My phone never turns off. If y'all have to call me 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, they know they can call my phone 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake. Y'all, we have to be here for each other. We have to learn how to do right by each other and keep our mouth closed. You don't know what people are going through. And if someone trusts you enough to come to you and talk to them about what they got going on, just because you know that don't give you right to go and tell somebody else. Now, especially if they confide in you, you don't know how hard it was for them to even come and tell you that. It's still hard for me to tell my mom stuff, even though she knows. She's like, yeah, I was just waiting on you to tell me. I already know I'm your mama. And that's how we are, like Shaniqua mentioned. I don't know half of the time y'all, the God laid stuff on my heart, and I just thought, y'all receive text messages from me 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at night. I forget people don't be up like me. I'm sorry. But when God lays stuff on my heart for me to do, that's what I do. I don't plan it. It's just I can be up in my own business, doing my own stuff. Auntie Leslie will pop in my head. I shoot it to her. I don't even know if she has anything going on. Not picking on Auntie, but Auntie will always make sure her gets it straight. Always. Regardless of nobody else going on, I know I can count on Auntie. Because she gonna come through. We gotta be like that for people, y'all. It's enough of that being divided and, this person is this and this is that. No, this is getting cut out here. I'm trying to form a sister circle. Y'all like to go. My kid's big. When y'all see me in Dubai and stuff, y'all could have had a chance to go too. Because I'm going to be chilling. That's what I want. It shouldn't be, well, if I don't have it, don't worry about it, I got it. I want everybody to have a good time, Like, let's try to take care of people. Y'all, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed. When, like you said, you have to be changed. When you start being a change, you'll be amazed of how much light when people start gravitating towards you and coming out and saying the same. It only takes one person. It only takes one person to get up and say something, and then somebody be like, gosh, I'm going to do the same thing. I just felt like I couldn't say nothing because why? People shouldn't have to feel like they can't be who they are because of what somebody else, how they want to feel.
That's right.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I've been that person, and I've had plenty of people around me, but I couldn't talk to not one of them. And that's horrible. That's a horrible burden to take around with you every day, knowing that you cannot depend on the people who you service and be around all the time. All that stops here. This is what I'm trying to do. The first sip and paint brunch This will be the first of many. It'll get better every time, so y'all bear with me because, like I said, this is my first time. But I want this to, I'm trying to form a unity. I'm trying to give away scholarships. I'm working on that. I'm trying to give back. I'm going to give back to the Shriners. They let me use their business, so why not give back and pour into them as well? I'm sponsoring people for Christmas. I'm targeting single moms and teen moms because that's what I was. I know how hard it is that you want to ask somebody for help or want to ask them for something, but you can't do it. You know? And I'm fortunate enough now to where God has blessed me where I was blessing people way, but I didn't realize that I've been sowing seeds all this long time. See, when you get, the devil get in your mind and see when you get caught up in your circumstances and what you got going on, you kind of miss the bigger picture. And you can't see it because you burdened down in what you got going on. And I didn't realize that I had, as much as I think I'm a mess, I got everybody that thinks I'm not. You know? So I just want everybody to be more comfortable with themselves. And like Sharon said, love yourself. I had to find myself. I was in depression for about 11 months. Did not eat, did not sleep. All I did was cry. Hair fell out. People probably say I act like a crackhead, because I did. I'm only a little bit, but I was really a little bit then. I was barely naked. I could talk about it now, y'all. No, it's fine. I can talk about it. Y'all know I like to laugh and joke now. Y'all don't act like I ain't funny. I'm just trying to hold it together because I'm talking in front of people, but I just got to keep it real. For real, because people will talk about you. And not even know what I had going on. But you want to kick me further down because I don't look like how you usually see me look. You understand what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that. You really got to stop doing that. And like I said, I fall victim of that sometimes too. You know, you get caught up. You get caught up, and that's okay. But you can't keep getting caught up. Y'all give her a round of applause.
Yes, there's some great nuggets coming up. Next speaker that we have on the list today is, let's see here, drum roll. Watch somebody get scared and want to come up. Laviana Brown. Laviana Brown. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was struggling with that, okay? I didn't know. Well, I'll tell you later. Okay. But this is the CEO, owner of the Prosperity Boutique, okay?
Hello, everyone. I'm Lariana. Hello, everyone. I'm Lariana Brown. I'm 23 years old from Orangeburg, South Carolina. How are y'all? Okay, that's great. Thank you. Just a little bit about myself. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I'm a single mother. I graduated, I was going to a W. Wilkerson in Orangeburg. Then I transferred to Estill High School because I was a smart child, but I was a problem child. So my mama said, no, you want to a different high school or you don't know nobody. I came to Estill. I met great people while I was here. I was in a different atmosphere, somewhere I wasn't comfortable. So I started seeing where I needed to make changes, and I made that happen. I graduated number 5 in my senior class. I want to go to college and be my baby, but when I was in high school and I had my daughter in 10th grade, so many people had so many bad things to say about me. And I felt like I had no power to show nobody until I actually got it done. So I ended up going to South Carolina State University. My mom said, you're going to college, you're going to leave home, you're not staying here. So I went to school, I majored in political science pre-law. I graduated honors college. I became a member of Delta Student Beta Sorority Incorporated. I also was the vice president of student orientation leaders. I was a member of student affairs. I was just in so many organizations. And in college, I learned a lot about mental health and domestic violence and so much more. In high school, I did not even realize that I was a domestic violence survivor. I did not know what that was until I got to high school. But I just knew something wasn't right, and I shouldn't get in a situation like this. So I prayed about it, and God just brought me through it. I graduated South Carolina State University honors. Instead of going to law school right after school, I changed my mind. My mom was mad, my advisor was mad, everybody was mad. But my whole time in college, I had to work because I didn't come from a very wealthy family. My mom always did what she had to do, but we had to work on our own. So I said I'm going to take a different route, and I started majoring in business administration. I went to Charleston Southern, and I said, once I graduate, I'm going to start my own business. And I did the fast track case, had all A's and B's up until last December. I had 4 classes left. I got my first F in my life. And I cried so bad, I did not know what God was trying to tell me, what I needed to do. I didn't really tell nobody outside of my close family until today. But I do plan on telling other people next year when I graduate. I cried and cried for days, and then I rolled into another school. Started all over. I have all A's and B's now. I graduate next December in business administration, specializing in human resources. I'm a clean processor. I work for a hospital in Philadelphia. I also have my own boutique in Orangeburg. I told myself, why not start my business now? Why do I have to wait until I get a degree? What am I scared of? I got my school refund for $600 invested into my inventory. So many people always tell me, oh, did you get a loan? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I tell them, no, I spent $600 invested into my business, and every time I make money back, I invested that money again. I launched my website February 14th, and by the end of March, I had enough money to open my own store. I was scared, but I did it, and I taught myself as much as I could. The internet will teach you a lot. I learned a lot just searching stuff up and watching YouTube videos and reaching out to people that I went to school with. So anything that you think you can't do, you can do, and just do it. Thank you so much, Larry. All right.
All right, our next speaker for tonight is going to be no other than, drum roll please, Ms. Ladidra Stokes. She's a registered mental health counselor, life coach, owner of RBS Counseling and Educational Service, LLC. Ms. Ladidra Stokes.
Thank you guys for having me today. I don't know why I'm nervous, because I'm always on the radio. I do a lot of podcasting. I do a lot of podcasting, radio interviews all across the United States. I don't know why. I guess because I'm home. Right. So I'm nervous. But I'll tell you a little about me, my journey. I had my daughter, Liana. That's my girl. I had her back in March of 2016. I'm sorry, 2006. I'm sorry. And that was my last year in college. I graduated from South Carolina State University, and it was hard. And at the time, my dad and my mom, they were both dealing with like some health issues at the time. So I was dealing with that, and nobody really knew. So I remember traveling back and forth in Orangeburg, driving to school my last year pregnant. And then my daughter's dad came up to help me, which I'm grateful to have him in my life. And to speak of him a little bit, we've been together for a long time. You know, we're best friends. We've been together for a long time. We divorced, and we're still business partners to this day, co-parenting. And I want to talk about him too, because he's been part of our journey and helping me to start this business. And I don't know, just my nephew, when he was 3 years old, he diagnosed with autism. So this is it kind of gets me emotional. But I started this journey in mental health. And so I've been researching a lot about how to help my sister. My sister would have a hard time with him. She didn't know anything about stimming and all of that stuff. And, you know, my nephew would act up, get suspended. We didn't know how to deal with it, so I started researching. And so, fast forward to today, I know I don't have a lot of time, but in between time, my nephew got killed. He was 5 years old. So I started going into the social work field, and then I'm just jumping all over the place, but I ended up getting my degree in human service, social and community services, and then ended up getting I have 2 masters, by the way. That's one. The other one is in human service counseling, marriage and family. And so now I'm in school now, again for a master's in social work. So I'm trying to cover all 3 bases. And, you know, marriage and family, social work and mental health, and kind of help. And I help a lot of families in Florida. I lived in Florida for like 15 years. And I had to move back home. My dad ended up having a stroke. I didn't even imagine moving back home. Because I was doing really well, and I didn't even tell anyone this to the day. I had to walk away from a contract for the NFL, where I would have been mental health counselor for them, and I had to walk away from that. And it's kind of hard to talk about it, but I know my blessing's going to come from that.
It's okay.
That's all right. And I think my passion for helping kids has driven me to do what I'm doing today, and just coming back home and helping the community and seeing how many kids' life I'm touching and helpful. It's a blessing, and they look forward to seeing me Monday and Wednesdays, and I really appreciate that. And it has kind of turned in a different direction for me, because I'm so used to having contracts and working under different companies in Florida, but just having the opportunity to help kids in my own community is so much, and it's so fulfilling. And so I wanted to tell everyone today, I specialize in trauma, but I always want to tell everyone, through the healing process, you're going to fall, you're going to get back up, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. And with me being a mental health counselor, we have to have our own counselors. So I have a counselor too. So just because I'm a counselor, that don't mean I don't go through things. So I want to tell everyone today, don't be afraid of the stigma. Mental health is a stigma in our community. And I want to tell everyone today, I'm here. And I pick up my phone any time of the day, any night, messenger, Google Duo me, FaceTime me, I'm going to answer. So I just want to tell everyone, all the entrepreneurs today, speak your story. Talk about what you went through, and you reach your hand out and help somebody else. Don't get the knowledge and you reach one, you teach one.
That's right.
So I want to tell everyone that's out here, just making a move and just doing the best they can, is take your creative energy and pass it along. That's what we do, we serve. Serve others, serve the community, and that's what we here for. So.
Thank you, Deidre. Yes, that's powerful, because mental health is definitely an issue that we have in the Black community, not other than any other community that I've actually did research on. And I'm telling you, we hide so many things, or we say, oh, that child is just something wrong with them. No, get some help. We all need somebody to talk to. I'm telling you, it's important to get this stuff out of your head. Our next speaker that we have on the list, we're going to bring up Miss LaShae Bowman. Where you at? And Miss LaShae Bowman is an influencer and lash artist, CEO owner of Heavenly Divine Lashes.
My name is Sharon. I'm from Elko, South Carolina. I am 28 years old. I am the youngest of 4 kids. What made me start doing lashes is because I didn't always like my freckles. I didn't always like my freckles, so the only thing that I knew that would enhance my beauty was lashes. So when I was 16, I just started doing my own. About 2 years ago, I just say, well, I can do my own, so why not do everyone else's? Well, I'm going to give y'all a little background about myself. I am from Elko. I am the youngest of 4 kids. I was the only one that graduated. My life has not always been easy. I lived in the projects. I drove a car that barely ran. The windows didn't go up.
It's all right, Frank. You here now, Fred? You here now?
I have 2 kids that I practically raised by myself with the help of their grandma. I just never told my story before. I've always had around me that used me. I've always been a good friend that anybody can run to for anything. I've never been the friend that said I was going to do something for someone and not follow through with it. Even though I don't have much, me being genuine is a lot. It definitely is. It's definitely a lot. What I would have to say to young women that's trying to start your business is, it's not going to be easy in the beginning starting. You're probably not going to have no money. You're probably not going to have no support. But just keep pushing and just don't give up. The right people will fall in your corner at the right time. Everybody's time is not the same. Everybody's season is not the same. But just keep pushing it. Just please don't give up. I'm out the projects, but I bought a house in Hicksville with a man that was clearly no good for me. So that was another setback. But like God said, delayed but never denied. I able to get my own apartment. I'm currently out of work, but with the grace of God, I'm getting all my bills in my house. They're all don't give up. Not everybody's going to support you, but you are your biggest supporter, and you are your own billboard. So just keep pushing and don't give up.
I'm getting inspired, I'm telling you. Oh my God. The stories. Life is all about stories, I'm telling you. Everybody got a story, and I want to hear your story. I will sit down with you and listen. And sometimes we don't do enough of that. Sometimes we talk without listening, or we listen without really listening, So be a listening ear. Our next speaker that we have tonight is no other than Miss Rashida Terry. She's a cosmetologist, CEO owner of Sheeta's Beauty Boutique, LLC.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rashida Terry. I'm from Hampton. I'm currently enrolled in Denmark Technical College as a cosmetologist. I'm sorry, my dad. I always wanted to be a hairstylist, and I always looked up to people that made these decisions for me, and I couldn't make it myself, with always pushing it back. But I finally stood up for myself and went back to school, and I'll be finished on the 8th of December. And I graduated in May of 2022. I went through 2 while on my second shop. I had my first shop, it didn't go right. I decided that I wanted to open another one and get everything right. So I'll open my own boutique very soon. I don't have much to say, but just stay focused. Anything is possible if you believe and have faith.
All right. Our next speaker that we have, drum roll please. Hey, Miss Maisha Williams. Come forward please. Is she here? Where did she go? Did she exit left? There she goes. Miss Maisha Williams, Virgin Hair Cosmetics and More, is the owner of, the CEO and owner, and is pressed by Pocahontas LLC. Here she is.
Hey y'all, not really a speaker, so bear with me. I started my business, Pressed by Pocahontas, back in 2015. I was still working at McDonald's, you know, trying to figure out what I really wanted to do with my life. You know, it's good when you have good people in your corner and you know they can speak positivity into you. There's so many times I wanted to give up and I wanted to quit, but even when you think that you're not doing enough, there's always somebody looking up to you and actually liking what you have going on, and that's what really motivated me to keep going. So now I have my website, and I'm just working on making my business even better. I sell virgin hair, cosmetics, accessories, lashes, all of that. I don't know, I don't really have much to say, but that's pretty much it.
All right, next speaker we have for tonight, well, I'm going to introduce her business. I'm going to speak for her on her behalf. And can someone bring me one of the caps that Megan has? Okay.
This one open on the back. I'll
It is for you.
Go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah. All right, here's my motto for this evening. And we're going to introduce Megan Murdoch, small business owner, consultant. She's a small business consultant, CEO owner of Pretty Lady Slay LLC, okay? And Megan has satin bonnets, but they're not made like any other satin bonnet that you ever saw, okay? Can they turn inside and out? They are really protective for your hair, any style. Turn around for me because you can see the back. She has a nice logo on the back. Yeah, it says Pretty Lady Slay all day. Now this is for these bonnets that you be worn at home, ladies. I don't want to see no damn bonnets out in the street. And I'm going to keep it 100% all day, every day. So when I see a bonnet, I'm going to say something about it. I don't care who it is. And I'm going to let them know, your mama, your grandma, your auntie, somebody should have told you not to wear this out of the house. Yes, I get cussed out. Do I care? No. You can even tell me whatever you want to say. I'm going to keep on walking, but I got what I need to say out of my mouth. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm going to tell you and be blunt about it. And I don't care. Because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And I see these females out here in the street, y'all, we got to be a village. Tap them on their shoulders. You ain't got to embarrass them. Pull them aside and say, baby, that's not for the streets. That's for the bedroom. That's for the house. You got to tap them. You got to, it take a village to raise these ladies, okay? You got to take them from where they are and put them where they can be. It's in each and every one of us. It don't have to be nobody you know. I see guys sagging all the time, and I'm like, why the hell y'all got your pants hanging down? It ain't cute. I will do that. And I'll go whisper in their ear. Son, pull them off. That just makes me the educator in me. I don't have kids. Someone look at me, they give me a little side eye, but it's okay. I bet them pants come up before they leave my presence. And it's all good. All right? Our next speaker that we have for tonight is going to be, let me see. Oh, I got my glasses on my head. Yeah, anybody. I'm going to do some introductions. So we have some people who were supposed to speak tonight who are not here, okay? It's Jennifer Adams. She's an MBA, CEO, founder of Sophista Ratchet LLC, Sigma Free Infertility. She's not here, but just give her a round of applause on her behalf. I know Jennifer personally, and I know Jennifer, she's hardworking young lady. She has a story as well, and I'm pretty sure on the next event she'll be here to share with you guys. Her Sophista Ratchet line, yeah, I want a t-shirt, and I wear it. Because I can be sophisticated and ratchet at the same time, in the same setting, okay? So you can go check her out. I think her website, if anybody has her website, you can let everybody know about it. But she can have like t-shirts and masks and stuff like that as well. Who's not here? Another one. Jefferson. She's a first-year realtor, entrepreneur, Mayborn Real Estate LLC, okay? She's not here, but on her behalf, we'll just say class for Jessica. All right, I think we covered all our speakers except for Ms. Tangela Peoples. She's a BBA, MBA. She's actually the Friendsgiving event coordinator, so you can clap for her for decorating this venue for us today. CEO of Simplicity Creation Events and Rental, LLC, founder of Henry Incorporation, and the owner of Johnson Enterprise, LLC. Welcome, Ms. Tangela Peoples.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I want to make sure that you guys are live and alert and making sure that you guys can hear me and that we're talking back and forth with each other. I came to give you guys some information that I don't think that you probably have received within the last years of your life or within the last year with all the information being thought. I hope you guys take notes. I hope y'all pumped and excited, because I am, because I want to see y'all at the top, because the dog was definitely too proud. Again, my name is Tangela Peoples. I graduated in 2003 from Elster High School. Yes, and I am what's she name? But I have always been the road dog to Felicia. We go way back. We go way back to where we went to prom together. We were the two beautiful women together in fuchsia dresses, slayed like mermaids, walking in there like we were in the house. I have done some stuff in my life. We have not only just heard bullets, we hide from them. We did those things that mama said we couldn't go to the club. We sneaked in the club. We even sneaked in P-Rock Club too. We was underage. Ain't nobody perfect. We was underage and we was sneaking in the clubs. You know how you always want to do things that you didn't want to do because somebody else did it? Well, we was the big dogs and we was praying that we never got caught. So God has spared our life, because I'm telling you, over here in Hampton, South Carolina, every weekend we was dodging bullets. We was behind somebody's car underneath the muffler. That was us. I'm just keeping it real because that's just where we came from. It was fun and games then. It ain't fun and games to me now because it don't put more money in my pocket. But at the end of the day, I just had to tell you, my cousin Tara was selling the seafood. She gone, she packing up now to leave. She was another one. We was at B&B, hide out all the time, doing everything we wanted to do because we thought we was wrong, y'all. But I just thank God for change. I have been through some things in my life to where none of y'all know half of my story. Me, Felicia, Shakira another one. We've been dipping and dodging. I stayed walking Wade Hampton campus more than I walked Elster High School campus. During school hours, we did some things. I'm just telling you. Everybody has a history. Everybody has a past. I just thank God that He just grew me up. I'm 36 years old, you guys. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I won't change anything for anything. I won't change anything for anything. I know how most of us may say, hey, I wish I would know a little bit different so I can save a little bit of money. I wouldn't change anything for anything because God has allowed everything that happens to me to happen to me. I moved to Elsa, South Carolina when I was only 4 years old from New Jersey, like I told y'all earlier, briefly. And the doctors told my mom that I had sickle cell. They told my mom I wouldn't make it past 5. They told my mom I wouldn't make it past 6. They told my mom I wouldn't make it past 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever the numbers after that, you do the math. I'm here 36 years old, and I look pretty fine. I walked into the doctor's office now, and they said, where was the young lady that had the sickle cell? Do you see anybody else other than me? Evidently, I am the young lady that had the sickle cell that went from a full bloom to they said that I had a trait, went from a trait to saying that they can't even find me in my blood count now. Because it has been more than 10 years, I have to still keep a diagnosis. I don't have a problem with it because I believe in what I believe in and I do what I want to do, and this is what we're going to know as a fact because that's what we live our life. All right, so I had failures in my life, a whole lot. I went to Louise College in 2003. I graduated at the age of 17. I left Louise College. I got a phone call. The first day I was to go online for my sorority. 3 o'clock in the day, 5 o'clock was our online time. 3 o'clock in the day, I got a phone call. We need you to come home. That day I realized that my life had changed for the worse. My father was always my best friend. They told me my dad had colon cancer and they gave him 2 weeks to live. Me walking up to my mentor, which was actually in the sorority, and I'm not going to reveal the sorority because I still have dreams of one day. With that being said, she looked at me and Miss E said, Tangy, I know who you are. Thank you, baby. Big cuz. That's my cousin too. We roll deep in here. I win, we all win. With that being said, she walked up to me and she said, I think you need to call your mom. I called my mom, didn't get an answer. I looked at the phone where I had 5 missed calls from Hilton Head Memorial Hospital. My father was the head over the department there for maintenance and housekeeping. And when I called back to the hospital, I said, can y'all tell me what's going on? Because I can't get my mom, and somebody called me from the hospital 6 times. Who are you? Well, Mr. Henry is my father. Say no more. We need you to get here. I'm like, what's the problem? At that moment, I knew it was my father. My father never been sick a day in his life. Everybody say I look just like him. I worked hard just like him too. But when I got that call, and I'm telling you, I was in Denmark, South Carolina, and I got that call at 3 o'clock. By the time I packed up myself to leave the campus, it was 4:45. I kid you not, I don't know how I did it, but 5:10, I was pulling up the Hilton Head Hospital. And I was like, it ain't nothing but Jesus been with me because I passed every police officer. And none of them turned around. One of them put the siren blue lights on me. Never turned around because he was on one side of the road. I was coming through Vandenberg at the time because I had to go and drop some stuff off as well on my way out. Because I knew I wasn't going to go back to school. It didn't sound right. So with that being said, I had to make a drop inside Vandenberg. It was coming through. Y'all know how it's 2 lanes on each side. They flashed the lights. I said, you know what? I hate to be nasty, but in order for them to catch me today, they got to catch you. By the time I got to turn off on the road, I guess they didn't even realize where I was even at. I had already turned by the, right across from, I think it's the DMV area. It's a curved road from the backside to Hampton. I had already done skip on that road before they even know it. I guess they was looking for me, but they never found me. I got into Hampton, and by the time I got through the embassy area, another police, I said, you better catch me. I already jumped on 95, didn't see him anymore. I didn't see any more police officers until I got to Hilton Head. And when they stopped me and they found out what was wrong, they escorted me straight on there. But all I can say is I know it was nothing but God. I guess he looked in my face and he realized that I wasn't happy. He just took me on there. So he took me straight to the emergency room. I even got there, pulled my car into the front, and they even parked my car for me. That's how dedicated my daddy was to this hospital. When I got in there, the doctor said that they wasn't the physical doctor for him, but I needed to wait around. They told me to talk to my dad. My dad wanted to tell me that he was dying. At that moment, they found out that he had colon cancer and 3/4 of his liver was gone. That's why I developed Henry Inc. Henry Inc. is higher education, network resources than you. A lot of people don't know about it. Reason being is because I do it privately. I fund it myself. I am a 501c3, but I have never asked anybody for a penny to do anything that I've done for my community. The reason why it's so private is because I target women and children to help them better themselves. Someone who has a hard-working family, who does not have as much money like we didn't have because my father was living from paycheck to paycheck and taking care of my mama. And my mama was giving him $500 a week as an allowance. A week as an allowance. Back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, the 1990s and the 2000s. At that time, $500 was a lot of money. People had to pay $500 a month just for a car. That learned me a lesson and teach me a lesson that when you get money, you start stretching. Because I seen my mother get $500 a week for 56 weeks and different stuff like that, and not for 52 weeks and not be able to have the money saved up, not even $1,500 at the end of the year. It began to make me change my life to do things a whole lot different. I didn't want to see it. So every penny that I get as allowance, I put it into a savings. That's just me. Or I grow it or do something for my children. But just to make a long story short, that's how Henry Inc. came about. Simplicity Creations, I worked at David's restaurant. Me and my cousin Tom was supposed to go out on my birthday. We wanted to go to the movies. My Aunt Frida told me if I went out to the movies for my birthday, I wouldn't have a job. Guess what I did? Went to work. I went to work because of the simple fact that I needed that job. I wanted that money. My cousin right now, she'll tell you, we sold lollipops out of our book sacks, pickles, hot sausage, pig feet, candy, everything that we could do throughout our school years just to make sure that we had ends meet. We came out of Little Esther, in Newtown, to be exact, where they talked about us so bad. Oh, look at them too, but look at us now. We smiling and we shining. I told them earlier how we sleep in the club. We was underage. How they always told us not to go nowhere, but we did. But look at us now. We did all kind of stuff. Me nor her go nowhere now. We don't go no clubs. We a homebody. We go home, we go to work. If we ain't somewhere hustling, we home. That's what we do. We hustle and we bustle. And no matter how long it is between me and her talking or me and Lit talking, when we talk, it's like we never miss a beat. So when you got people like that, keep them in your corner, because every time we go on the phone, she'll tell you we were on the phone a couple times this week on, and everything we talk about ain't about y'all. Y'all ain't put no money in our pocket. We talking about goals. How much money we gonna put up a week starting December 1st. We're talking January 1st. What we gonna do to change our business? What we gonna do to make ourselves grow? What we added to our business? That's what we talked about the last 3 conversations. If you want to talk about that, call me. I'm down for it. But if you ever try to shiesty me, trust and believe I got discernment. I know. I'm going to treat you the same way, but I'm going to limit my conversation on what I do for you, because it's a lot of stuff that I've been through. Out of every 20 people, it's about 15 that always turn around and try to backstab me. And it's sad, because we can get the same thing together and we can grow together. But I just want to tell y'all a little bit about myself. I'm heartbroken because I lost my father. I face it every single day. My father was like everything to me. And it's things that we can do. Encourage your children. I purchased my first car when I was only 15 years old. My daughter purchased her first car the day before her 15th birthday. And she ain't got no old car. She got a 2021 Nissan Sentra. And guess what? She rides. And I try to steal a car all the time. If y'all see me, you gotta tell the truth. If y'all see me in a white Nissan Sentra, it ain't mine. I'm just flogging because mine's dirty or it's packed with decor or paperwork or anything, and I just need a quick, clean car to get in. So if you ever see me in a Nissan Sentra, just know that ain't your car. It's okay to tell me, but I just encourage my child to do something a whole lot different. I encourage my child to do that. And I got my very first car with my own money. My parents did not help me. I got my very first car 4 months after working at Davis Restaurant. I had saved up over $2,000 and a man wanted $4,000 for the car. I gave him $2,500 down and he let me make payments for $1,500. He told me you only wanted $200 a month for a little over 7 months, y'all. And guess what? I gave that man all his money in 3 to 4 months. But I'm just telling you, that's something to encourage your children because I didn't have it easy. I had it hard. If I left out here and went over to where that car is in my grandmother's house, my mama was calling me, Tangent, get back here. I was so embarrassed. And I told everybody, I got the worst mama in the world. But at the end of the day, I thank God because it got me to where I am today. And I wouldn't change anything. I had another hiccup in my business. I opened a beauty supply store, a hair salon. That same story that I told y'all earlier, I went from a 500 square foot building to a 1,500 square foot building in 6 months. So I left from Hardyville across from the South State Bank and went to 3500 South Overton Highway in Levy. And had a success ever since then to keep everything moving. I'm just telling you that because you're going to have pickups in the road. I was so busy and the daycare was busy, the store was booming, the salon was booming. I had to choose, so I chose the daycare. I sold some of the stuff from the beauty supply store and I blessed a lot of designers that were hairstylists that was Master College. I blessed them with a lot of stuff. I still haven't blessed people with stuff because that's how much stuff I had, y'all. I have buildings and buildings and buildings and stuff, so I've been trying to get rid of it. But just to let you know, I went over to the daycare and a toy fell on a child. They tried to make it seem like it was so bad when we had y'all over the news to find out that the child had eczema. I said, well, what all y'all got to say now? Nobody had nothing to say, but you should see the comments that they had on the news. Guess what happened? That birth that they found out that I opened up the video inside the pool, and once the people found out that they had ragged me so bad, the whites, the blacks, the Spanish, everybody, they lifted me up so high into where my building was booked every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's how my business started. I've been through the rain, they dragged me through the mud. They tried to disturb me and they couldn't even do anything because everything that everybody tried, they can try all day long, it has not worked. It has not worked. Every single time it has worked for my good. Now I tell them, if you want to talk about me, write a check with 6 zeros on it. Until you can do that, ain't nothing you can say that even will bother me. I got bit on Monday, just passed, while getting my hair done. And you know what the young lady's concern was? Bad customer service. Her concern was getting paid when you wasn't even finished my hair in the middle, but your dog bite me, a pit bull. My shoulder was swollen all week. But we talk about customer service. And I'm only telling you this because your business is your everything. She had no license, was doing it in her home, assured me when I got to the door and said, oh, that's a dog, that the dog would have stayed in the cage. So I'm just going to tell y'all that if I can stand here before y'all, my foot is bit up. I had to get a tetanus shot. She had the nerve to tell me that my foot was swollen before I got there. So who bit me? I bit myself. They don't realize when they go through things. That's why I'm telling you, you never know what somebody went through to be able to get to you today. So just keep your eyes open and your ears wide to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to secure yourself. Come to find out the dog didn't even have any up-to-date shots. So thank God the doctor made me get a tetanus shot at 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Because this happened to me 8:30 on Monday night. And I had to go 7.5 hours to Virginia, in Fredericksburg, Virginia, to my brother to be able to go cook Thanksgiving for my family. Because that's where my mom and everybody was. But I just want to tell y'all that, but I don't want to disturb you, but I want you to keep positive, to tell you to watch the people around you, because somebody who said it was my friend for 21 years. 21 years. Her dog bite me and she never apologized to me. Still has not apologized to me. Told me that she glad that she found out for somebody who I was, which let me know who she was, because that means that you've been a snake your whole entire life, and it took 21 years for me to find out. But I thank God and I give God all the glory, because I don't want no money from you. You should be worried about me suing you instead of anything else. But then am I going to sue her? No. Because guess what? God will bless me even greater. You made yourself look stupid and you lost yourself a good person. All right. So I got a couple notes here. You guys, welcome to take notes if you want to. I'm going to go through it swiftly because we're running for time now. It says, are you rushing to be who you are before you become the person that you really are? Investigate what it is that you're really doing. Look and see what other people's testimonies and what their concerns was. Look up the good and the bad of everything that you're doing so that you can make yourself win. Look for other people's flyers online to see what it is that they're doing in your same area that will allow your business to grow. Remember your why. Every day you wake up, you need to make sure, why am I doing this? Who am I doing it for? If it ain't for yourself first, because God don't want you to put him first in your why, he wants you to put him first in your how. Know your worth. Get clarification. Make sure you clarify when you have somebody tell you, oh, you need an LLC. Look up the different things and tell you exactly what you need, because you don't need an LLC. Every business is tailored to be different. Look up the statistics and see what it is that you really need, because people will tell you anything. If you don't have a business coach, get one. You got to make sure that you stay on target. You can't watch everything that's coming out with paparazzi and then not have a coach, because guess what? You're going to be able to add other lines to your business. Hats, clothes, shades. You need to have a business coach to tell you that, hey, if this amount of revenue is coming in, this is what you need to spend. And you should never be spending no more than 1/3 of what your profits are. If you're spending more than 1/3, something is wrong. Go back and reevaluate what it is that you're doing. Business only posts a win, not a failure. Make sure you're ready. Just because I post and I'm happy and I'm excited, my mom has dementia at all times. I'm reaping. I'm sad. My grandmother just died with dementia. I'm hurt. I got a sister walking around with cancer right now, and it has been eating her inside, and we still praying. You never know what somebody is going through. Make sure you watch and pay attention to yourself and your family, because that's most important when you got your business going. Why? Because if you fall back, you can always have a family member or somebody to step in. If you're running a business, make sure you got a second person that if anything happened to you, they can fall and jump in. Do you have the capacity to hold your business? That's powerful. If you're going to an event to service 100 people and you're a caterer, you need 5 people on your staff. You need to be the 5th person walking around telling them what to do, and the other 4 need to be served. Does that make sense? Prepare every area. If you want to go and do marketing, make sure you're covering every area that there is in your marketing concept. If you're becoming let's say cosmetology, make sure that you're covering licensing, state, products, promotions, the rent, the insurance. Make sure you're covering all areas no matter where you go. Break the poverty levels. There is so much poverty going on now in the African American community, but I'm so proud when I pull up my Facebook page or my Instagram and I see all y'all faces. low income areas, it's poverty. It don't matter who you are, white, black, Spanish, Puerto Rican, anything. Poverty area. It started with a lot of African American companies in grow your business. Do what you need to do. Launch your business and launch it out of your faith and go get it. So first, if you don't have faith in your business and you say, I don't know if I can do that, you can't do it. You know why? Because can is on your tongue. Never say can. Whatever you speak is exactly what will happen. Trust and believe that. Analyze your business. Go through your business, pull it inside out. If it don't look like it's of you, pull it out. Replace it with something else, times 2. Because if one fails, you got something else to fall back upon. Market and branding. Remember I was saying earlier? Brand your business. Brand your business. If you don't have something today that talks about your business or shows your business with you in this room, you came on the wrong step. You got to reevaluate your step and make sure that you got it. You know why? Even if you in here, it should be in your car. It should be in your purse. It should be on your phone. If you don't want to carry it, here's the code, scan it. You can now put the PR code on your phone now as a picture and let them scan your stuff. Reason why I say that is because y'all don't remember what I said. But in a couple weeks when somebody else comes to speak to you, some of the things that I'm saying you're going to forget. So you can turn around and if you got my business card, you can say, what was that you said about analyze your business? You're going to remember. Find new strangers. Everybody around here worrying about Auntie Sue, Cousin Joe, Sister Juanita. They don't even show up to your events. I'm the baby of 7. You see any of my sisters in this room? None. And I'm right here in Hampton County where they live at. Does that show you something? And I'm not afraid to say it because I tell them in their face and they know I'm straightforward and I get to the point. Because they call me the doctor, the lawyer, the nurse, the mama, or the whole bunch. Why? Because I mentioned before, all the time they go to Fredericksburg, they asked me exactly what it is, but they was for the brand. It's just the way it goes. I'm the baby of 7, but I'm the first to go to. New logo and branding. If your logo looks up the par, take a spin on it. Spin it as many times as you want, because guess what? Who says that 10 logos until you get the right one matters? It's your business. Don't matter what nobody else says. Mentorship and be coachable. If you go to a mentor, be coachable. If I tell you to do something, do it. I'm giving you the same information that I spread out over the course of a year, and they pay me $250 a month. I ran a Black Friday special for $150 a month, and it gives you complete access to me, and I always serve 6 people a year. I don't do no more than 6. I got 2 people about to graduate out of my session come December, so I got room for 2 more. Identify your gift. Find out what it is, your niche, and add it to your business. Multiple rounds of business within your business. Like I was just telling you about paparazzi, offer the gift boxes. $2 for a gift box, for your bracelets, $5 for a luxury box, and add it to your business. I'm only giving examples because I'm thinking as I come along. You can do the same thing with your lashes. Make it all pretty. I want to see them lashes boxes with your name on it. Okay, perfect. And I want to see a picture. Send me a picture. You know what I'm going to do? Go shop with her because this is the way to go. Guess what they're going to do? Go shop just because Tangie said go shop because they want to do what you want to do. They won't support somebody else until you do.
That's right.
Don't put yourself in a box. When there's something that you need to do, don't put yourself there thinking that there's not something you can do. Keep yourself outside the box. Make money and serve people. Whatever you like to do, make money off of it. Through your journey, find things that interest and excite you. Don't let people put you in a box. Understand what you are and not supposed to be doing. Watch the signs in your business. The one thing will set you up for opportunity. Be consistent and take baby steps. Consistency, faith, trust the process, and get out there. Conversations lead to success. You can start talking to somebody in the store today, and that's what happened to me 2 weeks ago. I landed a contract on a Sunday. We are to take 250 chairs every 2 weeks to the Marriott. That's 500 chairs times 6. You $6. You do the math. A month. That's a $3,000 income that I wasn't seeing. Guess what happened? I employed 2 new employees. Be a self-starter. Create YouTube videos for making a website. Free advertising. Just one shot to start your day. Listen to your gut. If your gut tell you not to do it, don't do it. If your gut tell you to do it, do it. Some people out there, they have their own stuff in the box. You worry about somebody else putting you in the box, but you worry what they say, you just put yourself in the box. Clarity, listen. Be a serious entrepreneur. Know what it is that you're doing. Listen to how you desire to live. Write it down and speak it how you desire to live. Speak it 3 times to yourself on a weekly basis, and watch how your whole mindset, your whole bank account change. Educate yourself. You cannot win in this business without educating yourself. God will prepare you for your future. You must research and go through trial and error. Make sacrifices. Train and educate yourself to be successful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your testimony is not for you, but to help somebody else. Why you started, why you have to win. You got to write this stuff down. When you focus on lack, you create more lack. There is no quitting. Get where you desire to be. Create your business goal from a true place. It gets hard, but don't give up. Social media will get quiet on you because they see you constantly posting. Post till they can't post no more. Let the people love on you. Separate your business from your love. It's 2 totally different things. The world needs you. The world needs the vision that God gave you. If you're ready, throw in the towel. You're overwhelmed. That's what it is. Pull back and fix the problem. Your purpose is not going to go away just because you quit. If you don't get your life together, you're going to mess someone else's life up that God had you designed to help. If she did it, I can do it. That should always be your mindset. Don't compare journeys. My journey ain't nothing like yours, because I can't even tell you half of my story. Consistency is key. Whatever you do it like a boss. Be a goal digger. You have haters looking for you to fail. You have people looking for you to win. Be happy for others in their winning season. Continue to educate yourself. Tomorrow is a new opportunity. Show up and network. Keep posting. Keep telling people about your business. Learn how to pivot. Invest in yourself and your education. Don't give up. Giving up is a choice. You have options. You design success for business. Did I post today? Is what you should ask yourself. What did you do to grow your business today? Have more to business, more than you just made? Don't spend out more than you make. Thriving in the business is more than making business. Be honest and transparent with yourself. 1 to 10, research what you need to do daily for your business.